Hello, everybody.
Hi.
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 So, we did not take a break, or I guess we did. We took a very longer than 24-hour break. Um, but we are now back, and this
It's
episode,
Monday.
it's Monday. This episode's gonna be in two parts. Um, probably. That's the last I heard. I guess you would know. So, anyway, um, yeah. uh, quote unquote last time, we had formally started the investigation in Fukushima. Uh, Scribner and mostly Scribner talked to a man in the casino. Uh, the investigation ended in the middle of that conversation, and Gerby uh, picked up where that left off. Um, and kind of has followed this like trail of leads and names and stuff to try and find more information. She heard about a red dragonborn woman who seems to have been asking about memory loss, although she is very mysterious and nobody really knows anything about her. Um, a statement that she seemed like the sailor type led Gerby to the docks, where was then uh, she then started to follow the line of thinking that looking for more people who have experienced memory loss, um, and which led her to multiple different people, and eventually to a one Kevin Gobbledygook, um, who uh, she decided to save investigating for later, possibly for Dulles or Ghani, who have disguised self and can approach him
Because he's
because he's
racist.
racist.
I hope he's actually a part of the racist gnome church.
That that is possible.
Yeah, I don't think that's true, but it could happen.
It could happen. Uh, and Delos and Ghani decided to investigate um, some of the churches slash shrines that are in Fukushima. So that is where we'll be picking up from. Um,
Oh,
hmm?
hey, let's go shrine hop.
Let's try
Let's go
hopping.
shrine hopping.
Yeah.
All right. So the major shrine in Fukushima is the major one dedicated to Hiruko and Uzume. Uh, is that the one that you guys are going to be visiting, or are you going to be trying to look for some other shrine?
Probably that one.
All right. Um, you.
I want to talk on the way.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Are you guys?
Yippee!
You guys can take a carriage or walk. Walking would obviously take longer, but whatever.
um, I guess we can take carriage.
All right.
It's probably easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two of us are either older or lazy, so carriage is the way to go.
All right
Yeah.
then. You guys can hail a cart, a carriage. Yeah.
A handsome.
I guess so.
I learned that word from Sherlock.
She's just started reading the first chapter of Sherlock Holmes today. Um,
I read the whole first chapter. There wasn't much left when we stopped.
gotcha.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, you guys can hail a carriage to take you to the shrine, and you have a bit of time to talk before then.
Cool. um, Gunny will say, so, how do you believe... What do you believe our best course of action is here, investigating this?
Well, I suppose we could just do what we always do and just ask the general questions. I don't believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe this is a creator god. And I cannot imagine this sort of area being like what's the word? Exclusive.
We can only hope.
If it is, I don't even know what it'd be exclusive to.
Right. Yes. Hold on. Say something.
Meow 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 meow. Why? Oh
Is it still echoing?
no,
Okay.
that noise was at myself from just meowing. It's like why'd you do that?
It's a good test.
It is.
And usually the higher pitch sounds I feel will get more picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, um, yeah, Gani is gonna say, I just do not want to scare off those we are investigating again, potentially.
Of course. Well, I suppose we could be a little less on the nose about it this time around.
Yes, and I feel if we, since they are not as exclusive as the previous ones, we don't have to infiltrate per se, and maybe that can earn us some credibility in a way.
Good, because I also I don't have disguise self anymore.
You don't.
Yeah, maybe a lapse of judgment. I traded it out.
Well, as you said, then that's fine, as we are not going to be using it. Can I ask what you traded it out for?
Uh, just a couple healing spells.
I see.
I guess I sort of I felt bad that I couldn't really do much to help when Scrivener was downed in that previous battle.
Right. Well, I can't say more healing spells are a bad idea.
Yeah, sort of a knee-jerk reaction. But I mean, it'll be good to go back to my roots.
You were more of a healer previously.
Well, I was a bard before I was a rogue.
Right.
Anyway, it shouldn't. We shouldn't need it. Disguise self, we shouldn't need that. It'll be fine.
Yes. And if we do, then I have it, and that's all that matters.
And I can just blend into the shadows.
Yes.
Alright, perfect. Then, set. And as usual, you will be doing the talking, I assume.
Yes. Unless you have something insightful that I'm missing.
I doubt it.
Sorry, I imagined her saying something that she would not say.
And what would that be?
Just me too. Anyway. Yeah. That's it.
All right. Well then, you guys can, I forgot if I mentioned. No, it's fine. Yeah, okay, whatever. You guys can take the carriage to, the shrine. Like I said, it's, very, very close to the water, to the point where a good portion of it, the land that is encompassed on the shrine is partially submerged. I'll go ahead and say that it's high tide right now. And you, but that being said, it is much more like, I don't know how else to say this, open concept than a church that that you would find in Asklo or any other town on the mainland, pretty much. Instead of one large building,
It's more shriny than churchy.
It's more shriny than churchy. Instead of one large building encompassing the church, there's instead multiple buildings that seem to serve different purposes. As although the entire thing is kind of dedicated to this shrine. The first thing you notice is that there are, in fact, a shit ton of seagulls. You can.
They're gonna carry Goni away.
Oh my god, no!
No. You can. You see them before you can hear them, but you can hear them pretty quickly as they. You can hear their kind of squawks and such as you arrive. There are also a fair amount of people here. This is something of a tourist attraction, and you can see quite a few people, some with umbrellas, some not, although it isn't raining.
Are they like parasols or umbrellas?
They're more umbrellas than parasols.
For the bird shit.
Jordan, if a bird shits on my character, I'm leaving the call.
It's good luck, isn't he? Doesn't he like good
Oh my
luck?
god.
Doesn't he like things that are good luck?
I'll give you a sneak peek. If you were to say that to Delos, he would laugh at you and go, "No, it's fucking not." He'd go, "What? What? What are you talking about?
Well,
That's stupid."
He can't say that because that'll be offensive.
And Delos cares a lot about being offensive.
All right. Well, now we've got a sneak peek. So.
I'm gonna roll something real quick. Okay. Never mind.
All right.
Huh.
You can also see in the distance there is a very large sort of gate-like structure, bright red, in the water right now. and it's very, very striking. Right after the seagulls, it's probably the first thing you notice. And yeah, you guys can arrive, and when you do, you can see an owlin in what seems to be some sort of traditional robe. Uh, greet you and some other people that are also arriving. And they say, hold on, what did they say? I should have written some shit down. I should do that more often.
Are there free umbrellas around?
Yeah, you can see that there's like a little sort of like stand up to the side where there's multiple umbrellas just like
All
kind
right,
of sitting around.
I grab an umbrella just to get that out of the way.
All right. Uh, they say, "Hello and welcome to our shrine. It's very nice to see you all. Um, let me show you around." And they do walk everybody over to the booth and say that anybody who wants an umbrella can pick one up.
I already have it.
Yeah, seeing that they would like kind of laugh a little bit and just say like, well, someone knows what they want.
I put my hood up.
All right.
You're gonna get shot on your clothes, bro.
That's okay. I can wash it.
You don't want an umbrella?
No. That'll kind of limit hand usage.
I suppose. Alright, Delos is gonna very subtly sort of lean the umbrella over her as well.
I'm sure it's really subtle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well, it's like
if he
5 feet away from her. She can't even see
yeah,
it.
I was gonna say if he just holds it like out to his right a little bit, it'll entirely encompass her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this owlin person just kind of walks this like little group of people that you're a part of around the shrine, showing off the various structures and kind of explaining what each one is for. Um, there is a kind of dedication area to multiple like smaller gods. Let me see.
I was writing in my notes. I tried to type shrine. I wrote Sheen,
Sheen.
like the brand.
There's some fast fashion around here.
We have to take them down.
No, it's unethical.
Yeah, they
That's the BBEG.
there's a collection of much smaller buildings. They're so small that even Gani cannot fit inside them. They're very obviously not for actually entering. They're more symbolic. The Owlin explains that these are small shrines in dedication to the creator gods. They have been added over the years as more people have moved to Fukushiri and wanted a place to, you know, give respects to these gods as well in the shrine. And so they're there. It's pretty cute. There is a very large building that they the Owlin refers to and says, I gotta pull out my notes. There's so many notes, and they're in so many different places.
A little bit of a note taker on our hands.
I took notes. Yeah, they refer to this large building, and they say that this building was previously the home of Hiriko and Uzume when they were alive, and that it now enshrines their divine souls, and this is where people can come to give respect and prayer and ask for things like luck in an endeavor, or happiness over the course of their life for themselves or a loved one.
Wow.
Yeah, and they refer to a smaller building, and they say that this is a building that's dedicated to performance, as Uzume is a goddess of music. Performance is very, very important to her worship and to Hiriko's worship as well. There's many different kinds of performances, singing and instruments, and even live plays. And they would recommend that you come visit when there is something going on, as it's a very, very joyful experience.
I would love to see that shit. Delos makes a note. He's gotta be there.
They I'm just gonna say also that they would say that later today there's going to be a performance by one of the shrine maidens here, that you're all welcome to watch. They point,
And it's a little purple halfling girl, and she pulls out a tambourine.
tambourine.
She brings out her
What does
little
she
bells.
have?
Her
Her
little jingle
bells. My bad. Why did I picture her with the tambourine? I don't know why.
She has little bells and a tambourine, and she shakes them, and then she goes, "Hi, I'm allowed to be here because I'm God."
She has
She
a
has
little
a
ankle
tambourine in
tambourine.
Metopia when they go to karaoke. When I send her to karaoke, she has a
That's
tambourine.
true.
I don't know why I thought she had a tambourine.
I think she could fuck up a tambourine.
It's only been like a year.
Yeah, that kind of caught me off guard, but yeah, so that's happening later today. And they show up a few other things. They point out a little, like, water basin, and they say that if you are going to go and visit the ancestral home of Hiriko and Uzume, they ask that you wash your hands and face here, as it's part of the, just part of the process to make sure that the location is, to kind of purify the body and soul before addressing the gods.
Sure.
They're so adamant about washing up, but they love being shit on.
The birds.
Yeah, they let all the fucking birds around.
They're different.
Oh, are they?
They can do what
The
they
birds
want.
don't have to wash their hands.
The
Yeah.
birds create jobs.
The
Jesus.
birds create jobs. They would, of course, address the birds. They would say that seagulls are considered to be messengers of Hiriko, just as Hiriko came to the island from the sea. The seagulls also make pilgrimages to and from the ocean constantly, but always make their homes back here. And yeah. And finally they would bring you guys up to the edge of the water, where you can see the sand just starts to get damp as the ocean is kind of lapping up on the bank. And you guys can see the giant red gate rising out of the water. And they say that the gate was built when the respect towards Hiriko and Uzume became a important religious practice, and that it was built intentionally in that spot where the water would come and go, and that it is a very common it's a very fun activity that when the tide goes out and you can walk to the gate, there will often be lots of little shellfish that you can find in the sand, and that catching those shellfish was a favorite pastime of Hiriko and Uzume when they were younger.
There's so much lore here.
Yeah, I love this.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm just absorbing it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would be all for that tour. The Owlin would say that they hope that you feel some sort of experience being surrounded by this culture, and that they encourage you to check out any part of the shrine that interests you, and to remember to keep in mind that Hiriko is imploring you to be grateful for the fortunes that you receive over the course of your life, and that Uzume implores you to find happiness in those fortunes. And they would leave you to your devices.
Wow. That was nice.
Very cool, Jordan.
Thank you.
Did the Owlin ever introduce themselves?
Nope.
Okay.
I didn't give them a name.
Okay, cool. Are they like like in a position of power at this shrine, or just like a tour guide?
They do seem like they work here. I don't think you'd have anything to be able to tell if they're like the head honcho or just working here. You know what? Okay, yeah. I'll say that most of the people that are like working here and like talking to guests and such are wearing mostly the same clothes. This person seems to be a bit more decorated. Their robes are in a slightly they're in a different style, and they have this funny hat on.
They have what on?
This funny hat on.
Funny.
Jordan, are you being a little bit racist right now?
Hey, what? No.
Uh-huh.
Why would I be racist?
What's the funny hat look like?
Yeah, what's it called in
Why is
culture?
it so funny?
Why is it funny to you?
Hold on. All hats that aren't worn as part of like casual wear are funny.
That's an opinion.
Top hats are funny.
Okay.
Have you
Is
seen somebody with a
is
top
she
hat?
wearing
It's
a
a top
top
hat?
hat?
It's not a
Is
top
she
hat.
wearing a top hat? No. Okay.
Is she wearing a bottom hat?
I don't remember the word for this.
What's a bottom hat look like? Probably a pair of cat ears.
I was just gonna say an inverted top hat, but
Shigo!
Yeah.
Shiga!
I don't remember the word for
when the seagull got crushed by a cross-shaped rock.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I found it. It's called an eboshi hat.
A babushi?
Eboshi. You're racist now.
What? I didn't hear what you said.
She was putting her best foot forward.
Eboshi.
I thought. Okay, I thought you were saying like a Russian word, like babushka or something.
No.
Wow.
Not gonna lie, that kind of is a funny hat.
Right?
It's like a little see-through.
I think it's a very respected hat.
Now say it without laughing. Hey, we're all... No, never mind. Whatever.
Everyone's a little bit racist sometimes, they say in the Avenue Q musical.
They do say that in the Avenue Q musical. Anyway,
They also say the internet's for porn. That's all I know about that musical.
well, we're not on Avenue Q.
Where are we?
You're in my world, and you live by my rules. And this Owlin's wearing kind of a funny hat.
Okay.
Is she also wearing this outfit?
Yeah.
Wow. Sick.
Okay, now that that's over.
Yeah, I think Gani will want to kind of just talk to several different people, trying to get an array of answers. But if you want to just do like one person, like she will probably want to talk to the Owlin person.
Okay, yeah. We can either have one conversation in character, or you could just ask questions and I could tell you what information she would get. It's up to you.
Up to me.
Up to you.
Oh wait, this is so much responsibility.
Would you like to roleplay a conversation, or would you just like for me to tell you what information she would get?
I don't know.
Okay.
This
Flip
is
a
hard.
coin. Flip a coin.
Let me flip a coin.
Yeah.
Odd. I'm gonna roleplay even. I'm not.
Odds and evens on
Okay.
a coin?
On a d20.
Oh, okay.
A 20-sided coin.
Gotcha.
No, okay, I'll just ask. So she's probably gonna ask, not being dishonest, but not laying all the cards on the table immediately. First, she's probably gonna ask if there's been any like natural disasters here recently.
They they would say that what's it? The west coast of the island is kind of prone to earthquakes. But they haven't had a bad one in quite a few years, and other than that, they wouldn't know what you're talking about.
How big is this? Like, is this like an island where you can like drive around in a day, or is it like?
It's about the same size as Hokkaido.
Okay. And
Which we've all been to.
Any specific reason you're picking Hokkaido? Just like it just came to you just off the top of your head.
Came to me. No, I'm taking loose inspiration from Japan and specifically Hokkaido for this location for a while.
Right. I don't know exactly how big Hokkaido is, but I know it's bigger than like any Hawaiian island.
Yeah, it's got a total area of 32,210.12 square miles.
That really puts it into perspective.
Yep. So, yeah, it's big, you can drive around. If driving around is just how big it is, then, like, all
Well,
of the
no, I
Hawaiian
mean,
Islands fit into that.
yeah, is Hawaii in this picture? Oh, okay, never
It's
mind.
yellow.
I was expecting to see it next to it.
I don't know why they layered it like that, but whatever.
Yeah, I was just thinking about, like, being on Oahu and talking about, like, driving around the coast of the whole island, and I don't know. I don't think you could do that for Hokkaido
Not
in,
in a
like, a day.
day.
I was just wondering, like, how much effort it would take to get to
Get to
the West Coast. Yeah.
You guys are actually on the West Coast already.
Okay.
On the West Coast, California.
Well, kind of. You're on the southmost like point of the island, so you're kind of on west, east, south coast. You're on the south coast.
The West East Coast
The West
is what you
East.
said?
Okay.
The West East?
The West.
Fukushima is on the east coast of the continent. You guys are on the south coast of the island. So you guys had to come here from the west coast either way.
Can you draw a map?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Hold on. Does the geography matter?
Not really.
Okay, then it's fine.
But still draw a map.
Yeah,
Anyway.
to still draw a map though.
Yeah. She will introduce. Oh, she'd also say to Delos to, like, probably keep an eye on whoever they're talking to, like maybe through his moonstone.
He's got her hooked on that thing. They're both hooked on it.
Yeah. She like wants to be honest here, but also wants to keep an eye out for someone being like, oh shit, someone's onto us, you know.
Sure.
So keep an
Yeah,
eye out
he
for any
can.
shifty shit.
Yeah, he can kind of just have it up there.
Cool. He should make it a monocle, and so it looks less conspicuous.
That'll be less conspicuous.
Yeah. Just put a chain on it and you're good.
There's already a chain on it.
Never mind. Then you're good.
No. He'll just hold it up. I mean, they're at a shrine. If he's holding up a rock to his face, I think it's no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
And if they do, he can lie.
Whoa. You can do that?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I know. Yeah, he'll
All
just
right.
have it up. He doesn't
Cool,
care
yeah.
about looking conspicuous, honestly, in this moment.
Yeah. All right. Then yeah, before they talk to anyone, she'll ask her, "Oh my god." She'll ask him
His
to do
pronouns.
that. His Gani when they find out his pronoun.
Wait, can we break real quick?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
An entire venti-sized coffee is in my stomach now, and it wasn't about 10 minutes ago.
That looks
Gotcha. What?
okay.
What am I looking
I
at?
was
Bye Coggers. I mean,
Okay,
oh
bye.
fuck.
Bye.
I don't know what happened there.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I drew a map.
Hi. Thanks for the map.
You're welcome.
Put that in fantasy art.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So to answer your question, you cannot drive, especially not in a horse-drawn carriage, around the entire perimeter of Fukushima in one day. and 2, you're on the South Coast.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So Gani will tell Delos to look through the thing, keep an eye on any people who we're talking to, and she'll ask about. She'll actually introduce them as researchers associated with Astglow and researching memory loss, and asking if anyone has any experience with it or recent occurrences of it.
She is talking to just the, caretakers of the shrine, right? Would she talk to, random fucking tourists as well?
She would also talk to some random tourists as well.
Okay.
Trying to mostly stick with people who seem like they live here, so mostly the workers, but
If somebody looks
also
like
asking
they're
others.
local. Like, if somebody looked like they were local, she might ask.
She'd ask them, but she would also still ask tourists.
Right, okay.
But mostly locals.
Yeah, most of the people that she asks would not have any experience with memory loss. I think she would get maybe 1, 2 people who have heard of other people, friends that they've talked to complaining about it, but they wouldn't know anything about it.
And so they don't know the circumstances of that memory loss.
No.
Well,
Well,
it's probably nothing, but she would not want to ignore a potential lead, so she would try to follow up with those.
Okay. Yeah.
See if she could get the information of these people they mentioned.
Yeah. Okay. I. Okay, yeah. Thinking. Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. She could get the information for somebody who is a regular at the shrine and has complained about memory loss in the past. His, how do I say this? His name is Ato, and you can usually find him at the casino.
Okay. Can I get a spelling on that, by the way?
Yeah, that is EITO.
Yes.
is that fucking twink?
Yeah.
What's the? I kind of zoned out. Why did Gani ask about that?
She was asking people at the shrine if anybody they know has experienced memory loss, and Ato's name came up.
Cool.
I'm gonna throw up. I'm just imagining this. We keep playing through this, and she gets his address or whatever, and then goes to knock on the door, and then Scrivener asks,
They're in the
Well,
they're in the
they
hotel
went to
right now.
Scrivener's room, so
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phew.
If she asked for an address, she could get one, but the information that she's been
Oh.
given is just that he can usually be found at the casino.
Okay.
all right. We'll have to. We'll have to get Delos and Gani to actually investigate
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. And I assume she can
Scrivener
get.
goes sit in the corner. You failed.
You failed. I assume she
Didn't
can
do
get a
anything
description of
wrong.
him.
Yeah, she asked for a description. He's an Asimar man with black hair and white wings.
Wait,
Okay.
sorry. White hair and black wings,
Bla-
you said?
Black
Nope.
hair and white wings.
Shit. Okay. Something I realized that we could ask about is that she would probably ask, some people in charge here or in who work here if they've come across anyone who's claimed to have like premonitory, is that a word? Premonitions in their dreams.
Oh, good call.
Okay.
Premonitory dreams.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a word.
She can ask about that, and I'm telling you, that's a good question. The answer would be no.
Okay. That's fine. That's still info.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whoa.
What?
Sorry.
Is this the Cowabummer? Oh, you got their vibes so good.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, I like the horns on the text boxes.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
Oh, that's cute.
That is adorable.
I love that. Thank you. Yeah, so I don't think I think after a while of asking around, unless Delos has any other ideas, Gani would suggest going back to the casino and keeping an eye out for this Ato character.
Yeah, that probably sounds like a good idea. That's our
Yeah.
lead. Yep.
All right. We will head back to the casino.
All right.
Jordan, mom's
And then
gonna
we
whip
can-
my ass.
And then we can cut back to what Scrivener's investigating.
Mm-hmm.
We can get back.
She's gonna beat my ass.
Sorry.
No, I knew this guy would be important, which is why I was like, yeah, go for it, buddy.
Well, now you've won him over is the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, you charmed him.
Yeah, this was. I'm sure he would have been crazy cagey and would not have given us any information unless
Which is why Scrivener didn't get any information, is because he was so cagey.
Mm-hmm. I will be real. Scrivener did try his very best. He was very afraid to directly mention memory loss because of how hard it's been hammered in to not like scare away leads.
Right.
So that's my only defense. He did wrong, guys. He did wrong.
No, he did what I anticipated that he would do. It's very hard to play Dungeons and Dragons wrong. Always remember this.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Anyway,
Scrivener did wrong. Haley did great.
yeah, no, Haley did great. I already know that. Yeah, Smash
Now
Cut's
it's time to
whatever
pull out the
Scrivener's
belt.
doing.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how to handle a smash cut to what Scrivener's doing. I guess, would you want to, what, like, obviously
I
we're
think my
cutting back
question
to
is.
after the deed has been done.
Mm-hmm. I think my only question is, would this guy just stay in his room? No, I think. Yeah, I think after they're done and they chill or whatever, Scrivener would be like, "I am on the job, so I do have to leave."
Yeah, after the allotted about an hour, hour and a half has passed, he would, true to his word, leave you to it.
Sweet. And by I think where Delos and Gani like come back at the like casino, I just imagine that they left a bit earlier, so all the times can match up. I do think Scrivener would be trying to figure out how to find where Gerby went, so he probably would just be talking to like staff or whatever, in the fucking lobby.
Yeah, okay.
Gerby's on her Gerby adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Gerby did talk to the staff before she left. The last thing that they would know is that they recommended that she check out the docks.
It's like a fucking like detective going up to a clerk at the gas station. They're like, "Oh, well, last I heard, they said that they were going to the beach."
Yeah,
Oh
But
my
literally.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
literally what happened.
So that's what he would be getting from the staff working there. But did we want to play it like this is the exact moment when Gani and Delos get back as well?
I think that's the funniest way to play this. I'll be frank.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Is the twink in sight? Not Scrivener.
The other twink. That's
Um,
not Synthis.
I think he would have left before Scrivener did. I don't think he'd feel comfortable being alone in his room without him there.
I guess
Oh,
Gerby back. Can
right.
Gerby be back too?
Gerby can be back if she wants. I was thinking about that.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
I'd like to have the whole gang.
Yeah, the
Everyone
entire gang
walks into the
congregates.
casino all at once.
After Gerby did a lot, Gani and Delos got some.
We went on a tour.
They went on a tour and they got a lead. And after Scrivener also got the
Oh,
same
he
lead.
did a lot.
And
He did a lot.
he technically also got the same lead. He just did something a little different with it.
He was just making sure the coast was clear.
Gani and Delos got a tip. So did Scrivener.
No.
No, he did not
We're
get.
moving on.
All right.
Okay. Can I have my question answered?
Your question was.
Is he here?
Is the twink here?
He would have left before Scrivener did, so I'm gonna say no.
Left the casino? We're not in Scrivener's room right now.
No.
We're in the
Yeah.
casino.
Yeah. I think he would. I don't know why I'm making this complicated for myself.
I think, Jordan, just think about what the funniest goose chase to put us on is.
The funniest goose chase. Okay. Yeah. No, he's not here. Not in the casino.
All right. How big is this casino? Is it like possible to keep an eye on the whole place from one spot?
Maybe the whole lot. Maybe the whole like just the lobby area, not including like dining spaces or private rooms or any of the upper floors where the actual like rooms that people stay in are. Maybe that.
Yeah, that's fine. Like first thing Gani will do is to like do a once over of the casino, um, and just try to see if she can see this guy, and if she can't, then she'll sit somewhere and keep an eye on the lobby, and maybe we can all sit there and catch up.
All right, yeah, that works.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Scrivener and show up and sit down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
hi, Scrivener.
Mm.
Hi, Mom. How are we doing today?
How's my favorite son doing?
All good in the eyes of God.
God bless.
Amen.
Mwah.
I
What do they
hate
actually
that
say?
voice. I sorry, I hate that voice that you're using for Connie.
That's what she's gonna sound like at the end of the campaign when her heart grows 3 sizes.
I hope not.
Anyway, let's be serious here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If we need to start, Gerby can actually start. Yeah, and she'll say, yeah, she sits down and she's just like, hey, okay, so I think I got a good couple of leads. Scrivener was talking to this a guy with like the wings and stuff, and he Scrivener, if you found anything out from that guy, you can say. But he mentioned that right. You said that that guy and the tabaxi that work here had the memory loss, you said. So I went to talk to those guys, and they said that there was a red dragonborn woman who's like 5'9", and she's been coming around for like 6 months. And like Gerby is like reading off of her notes. She's been coming around for 6 months, but she started asking about memory loss recently. No, she's also apparently like kind of a sailor or something, or seemed like it. So I asked around the docks. Nobody knows her name, and the people at the docks haven't seen her. But I don't know if that's because she hasn't come by, or if it's because they might have like, you know, uh lost their memory of her if she was like asking around about it. And then oh sorry, I need a drink of water.
Gerby says that out loud.
Sorry, I went yeah, I've been walking around a lot anyway. Right, but I talked to those guys. Scrivener, you were busy talking to the other guy, so I couldn't check for if they had memory loss or not. So I don't know if any of them have seen this lady. Don't know her name yet, uh, other than like the description. But I talked to a couple people who said that they were having memory loss, and there was this gnome woman named Rachel, and she basically explains the whole thing with Kevin, the act. And then she's like, but yeah, so, and apparently he doesn't like goblins, but this is like a bar that he usually goes to, so probably, okay, well, I'm assuming if he doesn't like goblins, he might not be super receptive to rest of us. So, anyone with disguised self can probably check that out.
Can I actually get a recap on the whole thing with Kevin?
Yes. So, Gerby talked to one of the dock workers. The dock worker said that her friend Rachel, who runs a clothing store, had been complaining about memory loss. Gerby goes to meet Rachel. Rachel explains that her friend had asked her about something that she had. She said that she had an argument with like her ex-boyfriend or something, Kevin, but like some weeks ago. But when the friend brought up that whole argument, Rachel did not remember saying it. She didn't remember mentioning it to her friend. And when she like checked her workplace, there was a bunch of work that was already done that she didn't remember doing. So she has like a basically like about a day or something missing. But the only like major things that happened over the course of that day were going to work and arguing with her ex. So maybe her ex knows something, or maybe he doesn't.
Okay.
Is this a do we know if this is a recent ex or like did they break up because of this argument?
Unless Chelsea, you want to argue for it, just from the conversation that we had in roleplay, there's nothing that would have implied either way from that.
Yeah, Gerby didn't ask about that.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Delos would say, okay, I want to circle back to the first thing you said real quick. Scrivener, you spoke to a man with wings. Did he happen to be an SMR named Ato?
Oh, you know him?
Do you?
Yeah, we talked.
Perfect. Okay. Did you get information? Because that is actually Miss Connie and I's lead as well. We're going to ask him about memory loss, but if you've already done that, please share.
Yeah, so I know that we have been very careful about the type of information that we let slip. So I may not have gotten too much information as much as I was ensuring that he was not a suspicious individual. Being an Asimar, typically affiliated with gods, and there are many gods involved. But he's all clear.
He's all clear.
Or did you background check or detect magic? Where do you know where he is now? Did you ask after you ensured he's all clear?
I know where he will be.
And where is that?
Yes, and where is that?
He's singing at a club tonight.
Okay, well, perfect. Do you know which one? We can ask him then.
Jordan, does he know which one?
Yeah, let's say he knows which one.
Okay. He would relay that.
Okay, perfect. Well, I mean, I guess it's good to be cautious. before we just jump into questioning. So I guess that Gani and myself can handle that.
Yeah, that honestly sounds like a better lead to follow than this Kevin guy. That can be like the plan B if we don't figure out anything.
What time is it now about? Like, is it gonna be soon when he's gonna be singing?
I think it's probably going to be a few hours.
All right.
I don't believe any lead is greater than any other. We could investigate both of these.
All right, sure. We can go talk to this. Do we know where this Kevin is?
Rachel said like the bar that he usually goes to, right?
Yeah.
Right, the salty rat.
The salty rat.
A salty rat.
Yeah. Yeah, so Rachel said that he usually hangs out at a bar called the Salty Rat, and she gave me the address for that. Yeah, so we can go, Scrivener, you can like check for if he's got memory loss or not, and maybe he's seen this red dragonborn around.
Yes, it will also do us good to keep our eyes peeled for this red dragonborn if she reappears.
Yeah. So let's freaking go. I guess.
Let's freaking go!
Let's freaking go.
Okay.
So, sorry, Kevin was the racist one?
Yeah.
Yes. Kevin
That's why
Okay.
he's named
Gobbledygook.
Kevin.
He hates goblins, which means he probably isn't too fond of kobolds. Tieflings and
Yeah.
satyrs, though, might be a different
Yeah.
story. We could probably tag team that.
Yeah.
He might be less personally racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gerby said that the guy is definitely racist towards goblins, so she warns she doesn't know how he feels about other races, but you might want to be careful. But
Goblins killed his grandma, okay?
goblins
Yeah.
killed his grandma.
Yeah. So I guess Dallas and Scrivener can probably go and talk to him, and Gani and Gerby can, I guess, just keep an eye out for Red Dragonborn.
Well, Gani can disguise self,
Oh, true. I forgot.
Yeah.
and
Just gonna
Gerby can get crunk.
Gerby can turn into a
The salty
bug.
rat.
Gerby can turn into our horse
The
that our
salty
party
rat.
has.
You know what this bar needs?
We've already made the joke of Gerby turning into the salty rat and walking in, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's the salty rat! He finally made it!"
Yeah, let's celebrate the salty rat by explaining in great detail all of our secrets and everything that we know.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect plan.
All right. I would like to go into this bar and find this Kevin guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Is
guys,
Gani disguising?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's better, halflings or gnomes? What's the better race?
That's a question.
Halflings.
Wow.
Halflings.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Become Miko.
Gani will turn into
Aw.
Miko,
That's fucked up.
but she's Miko with a constant sneer on her face.
I can't imagine that.
Oh, no. Gerby is not going to go in. She doesn't know if like the guy seeing her will like make him clam up, so she's gonna hang out outside.
She can be a dog, and she can be our what's the word?
Familiar.
Sure, yeah. I was gonna say like a helper dog for like the blind
Oh, seeing
or
eye.
whatever. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
A
She can be our
service
familiar.
animal.
Service
Yeah.
animal, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like, what's a little animal companion in a fantasy world? You're familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Familiars are just service animals in fantasy.
This is
Wow.
true.
That's true.
Okay. Let's. So are you gonna be a dog, or are you gonna hang out?
Would the others like suggest that she come with, or should she like go just like check if she if you can spot a red dragonborn anywhere?
I think Gerby can be on Dragonborn duty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I can't
Yeah.
imagine Kevin Schmuggledy-Book having like the hands to where we would need like Gerby to
Yeah.
like get this guy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if he's gonna call his goon squad?
Gross.
They all just start checking.
No. Okay. I walk into the bar.
Wrong kind of goons.
A satyr walks into a bar.
All right. Okay.
A tiefling, a satyr, a tiefling,
and a half.
Miko
And
walk into a bar.
a mean looking halfling.
All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You guys can walk into the Salty Rat. There is a there's a gnome man behind the counter. He's seems to work here. And another gnome man at the counter, seemingly pretty drunk already. And it is not late. It's fully like 3:30 p.m.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and the other people in this bar seem to be like humans, dwarves, other gnomes.
Can we assume this fucked up freak getting drunk in the daytime is Kevin?
You can certainly assume.
I meant to ask if we knew Kevin's race.
Kevin's a gnome.
Okay.
All right, I sit next to this fool. And how fucked up does he look? Does he look like way drunk?
Not like way drunk. Way drunk
Okay.
is like a 7:30 activity.
Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, I was sitting
thank God
next
he's
to
still
him.
got some respect for himself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You can sit down next to him, and he turns and notices you, and you can just see like a sneer appear on his face.
A sneer
Mm-hmm.
at
It's
me?
nice.
Yeah.
What'd I do? Is he just racist to everything? He's a gnome! Us fae!
Gerby, so sorry. Gerby knew that he was a gnome and told us that?
Yeah.
I'd assumed that he was a gnome, but Gerby mentioned that he was at least dating a gnome.
Yeah, I out of character called him a gnome last time we were playing. So like you guys as players would have access to that information, so I'm fine just saying that it came up when Gerby was talking.
Okay. Can I retcon that Gani turned into a gnome instead then?
Sure. Is she
Cool, yeah.
a guy or a girl gnome?
Girl.
Okay.
Okay, anyway.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess Delos would just kind of like turn to him and introduce himself and ask like how he's doing.
He would say, I don't know, man, I'm doing fine. What are you here for?
Believe it or not, I'm looking for someone. I wonder if you could maybe help me. I'm looking for someone named Kevin.
Speaking.
Ah, oh, well, perfect. I was told. See, I'm researching. I'm trying to figure something out, and I was told that you might be able to help me.
What the hell would I help you for?
I'm just trying to research perhaps cases of memory loss. Do you know anything, or have experience yourself, or know someone who might have experience themselves with that?
The fuck? How the hell would you know any of this?
A friend told me,
A friend.
and he asked. I mean, they asked to be anonymous.
Look, I don't know you. I've never seen you before. I've never even seen your kind here before. I don't think I can help you.
Hmm. Well, I can admit I'm well traveled. Uh, what can I do to get you to help me? If you're having trouble thinking straight, I can, I guess, expend a second level slot on a lesser restoration.
And undo all the work I've been doing? I don't think so. You can buy me another pitcher if that's what you really want to do.
Sure. Yeah, he'll do that. He
Alright,
doesn't care. He don't fucking care.
that's silver piece.
Yeah, whatever. And he takes out the money and looks at this guy and says, "Now, if I waste a silver piece, yeah, it's coming out of your pocket." And then he hands him the pitcher.
That a threat?
No. Of course not.
Freak. And he takes the pitcher and he takes a big swig of it. The hell you want to know about memory loss, huh?
I want to know what you know.
Nothing. And he like kind of waves a hand across his face dramatically and then takes another swig.
You made me buy you, a pitcher to tell me that you don't know anything.
You asked and I answered. I thought that's all you
Um,
wanted.
Gani's gonna like sit on the opposite side of Kevin here,
Mm.
um, and like put her hand on his arm and just be like, "I apologize for my friend here. I usually just uh he likes to be the one to do the talking, but if you'd rather talk to me, I'd understand."
He like looks at where you've touched his arm and then like follows your arm up to your face. Uh, and then he puts his drink down and he says, "No, I mean it's fine. I was being a jackass. I was. You're working with some weird people."
Some weird
He,
people.
he's turned away from Delos right now. Gani sees Delos do a big wink at her.
Yeah, Gani said weird people. He goes, "Yeah, I don't even. I mean, who's these satyrs around?"
Yeah, it's he's an odd one, but uh why don't we get a booth together?
Uh, yeah, sure. Guess I could spare a minute. And he goes to stand up, and he kind of hobbles over to the booth.
Della says, I assume I'm not invited?
He just kind of like glares at you and turns away.
Scrivener would motion for Delos to come sit with him, where they can eavesdrop.
Yeah, he can do that.
You're just sitting in like the booth right behind him.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
have sunglasses and newspapers this time.
Yeah. Yeah, Delos would be like half listening. So as to not be too suspicious.
Yeah. Gani will, go with him, and she'll like casually order a drink as well for herself. That's how you get in. You gotta act so casual,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she'll sit down with him, and say, yeah, so like that satyr was saying, I've actually been talking to the girls at work, and they've been saying some kind of memory loss is going around, and I just wanna stay safe out there, so I'd like to know if you know anything.
Two questions. A question. How old
Okay.
is the character that Gani has disguised herself as? Like, is she trying to? You can just say like about his age, or if it's something else.
How about how old is he?
He's like 30-ish.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Uh, she'll be around
Around his age.
30s, yeah.
Okay.
I see the advice, Andy, but
I think that
And
would.
are you taking all of the advice, or?
I don't know what's being said.
um yeah, let's go late 20s.
I think that direction would deal psychic damage to Scrivener, but moving on.
I think Scrivener is going to deal psychic damage to Gani later this episode. So if you want to make it a theme, let's fucking go.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. On the Scrivener and Delos side, Delos sits down with him and says, Scrivener, I know you have no personal stakes, but it really means a lot to me that you're actually putting an effort into the investigation. It's it's really the only thing I have left in the whole world at this point, and I mean it's the last thing really keeping me from being able to
Holy
live my
fuck.
life.
Scrivener would so genuinely like take one of his hands in both of his hands and be like, I may not be the smartest guy, but I truly am putting in my best effort.
Mhm. And as he takes his hand, the camera is in a perfect position to where his late fiance's engagement ring shimmers in the light.
He's putting out his best effort too. Yeah, okay. So Gani says that to Kevin.
Kevin.
And he says,
Kevin.
yeah, that Satyr guy said you're working some fucking like research team.
Yes. We are investigating this recent bout of memory loss that has sprouted up.
Look, I wasn't totally lying when I said I don't know anything. I don't know. I didn't go to the doctor or anything for it. I don't know why it happened. I don't know what I can tell you, really, if I am trying to help, which I am. Which I am.
And that is appreciated. You said you didn't go to the doctor?
No. I mean, between you and me, all that stuff's just kind of like, it feels like bullshit, you know? Like, what, you make a potion and it's supposed to, like, help me feel better? It's like, maybe, but what else is it doing to my body? I don't know.
I'm sorry, I am not quite clear on what you're talking about.
What I'm talking about is that doctors try to peddle a bunch of crazy magic bullshit that no one really knows what's going on. No one really knows what's in them, what they do, and we're just supposed to take them whenever we feel bad, when we're at our most vulnerable. It's suspicious. That's what I'm saying.
Right. And this is related to the memory loss?
Well, I don't know. You asked.
You believe it's a side effect?
I believe that if something goes wrong, my body can handle it. And that includes any weird fugue state or whatever bullshit that the doctors try to tell us it is.
Right. So you don't know anyone who's experienced these quote unquote fugue states?
I guess the other guys at church probably. I mean, he takes another drink from his cup and he says, the other guys at church said that they experienced the same thing. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe there's something bad in the water.
Is there any kind of connection you can make between these people claiming this?
I don't know how I'd know that.
You're not worried for your fellow gnome?
I mean, nothing to be worried about from my perspective. It's just weird shit happens one day and it doesn't happen the other day. And I just take it one day at a time. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Of course. God, what a freak.
Right?
I don't know. Is there anything else I should ask here? I guess maybe like, uh,
What church does he go to?
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Uh, and what church is it that you go to?
Uh, just like it's a church near my town. Uh, just Church of Glitter Gold. You ever heard of it? You from here?
I'm actually not from here.
Well, if you want to hear something that's not bullshit, you can come by, I guess. Don't bring that guy out.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
Is he talking to a tiefling right now?
Gunny will like pretend to like look over and like kind of squint and be like, "Huh, seems he is. I probably need to find better company, don't I?"
Yeah, and just between us, I kind of felt like uncomfortable when he was talking to me. Like, I don't know. Does he give you gay vibes?
Gani, from behind Kevin, you see Delos he doesn't turn, he just holds up a middle finger.
Scrivener tries not to laugh his fucking face off. You get a middle finger
Jesus.
from Delos, and Scrivener's hand just fucking covers his mouth.
Delos leans into Scrivener and says, "He fucking wishes."
And he's like, I kind of felt like it was hitting him.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I will make sure he stays in line.
Yeah, keep him on a leash.
Blech.
What was that for? Something wrong with your drink?
Oh, I'm just, used to sweeter drinks, and they gave me something wrong.
Oh, if you can't handle that, you're gonna drink more no alcohol.
Maybe I do. Anyway, I appreciate your cooperation. I must be going, though.
Sure. And, sorry, couldn't help more.
That's alright. There's only so much you can do if you don't know.
Yeah, guess so. Well, stay safe out there.
I will. And then she walks away.
Once Gani walks away, Delos slides into the same booth as Kevin and goes, I'm so upset that things didn't work out with us, but, you can't blame a guy for trying, and he's gonna try and pickpocket him.
You're rolling a sleight of hand.
No problem. Listen, it was a threat. Okay? He's getting his fucking money back.
Oh, I knew it was a threat.
Okay. 13 plus 9.
Alright, Delos
Whatever.
can...
Yeah, 22.
Delos can
Too
successfully pickpocket him. How much is he getting? Just the silver?
As much as he fucking has.
As much as he has!
Fuck this guy.
He can take his whole fucking wallet. And he just kind of like, his face like recoils when you approach him. He's like, oh, dude, space, please, fuck.
And he pockets the wallet and jumps away and says, "Okay, I understand. And he calls Scrivener over, and I guess they leave. How much did I get, Jordan?
I
think he's just gonna pull the money out of it and then like leave his ID and just like toss it on the ground.
I literally think he had like 2 silver on him.
Oh my! What a fucking
so great.
bum!
The second they are out of that building, Scrivener like shakes like a dog and is like, ew.
Oh my god! Yeah, Delos goes. Yeah, he fucking wishes. Oh my god! It's alright. I got his wallet though. And then he dramatically like tosses the wallet into a puddle after he takes the money out.
Does he actually? I know that Delos or Andy said like throw out his ID. I know that we don't have IDs here, but if he did, Scrivener would totally be like, he looks like a fucking loser in this picture. Jesus Christ.
He keeps the ID in there, but he would show it and be like, "Get a fucking load of this guy."
Like his boating license or something.
Oh my
His
lord.
boating license.
His boating license.
Yeah. Yeah, and he tosses it in a puddle.
That's
Fuck
great.
that guy.
Yeah. Gani will just immediately drop her disguise, leaving the bar, and just be like, well, I guess we get to investigate another gnome church.
Well, I wish you luck with that. I guess same as last time, I will be safely outside.
Thanks.
Even if I had disguise self, I couldn't get that small.
Maybe you could just be a very tall gnome.
A very, very tall gnome.
they would know I'm not pure gnome at that point.
I suppose so.
I guess they'd hate that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we
okay.
can all be racist against gnomes.
They've not given us a good example.
That's okay. That is not the philosophy to live by. I just every gnome I've met has just been. No. Okay. How? Looking at time wise, Delos checks his non-existent watch. Should we go watch this guy sing and ask him stuff, or should we go to the church? Night church probably isn't a thing. Is it?
Unless they're having their secret evil meetings at night.
Yeah, there's secret evil meetings at night. Sometimes they have sleepovers for the children.
Okay.
They have a lock-in.
Thing is, I don't know if you're joking right now.
They do. Catholics do, at least.
Okay.
If you guys, yeah, no, I'm gonna say that they're not having secret night church or a sleepover.
Yeah, we can look more into that later.
Mm-hmm.
Before we scene transition, now it's my turn to pee.
Yeah, I also wanted a break actually.
Alright.
Yay.
All right.
Yay.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
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 And we're back. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
So, you guys were going to the club that Ato said he would be performing at tonight.
Oh god.
Hell yeah, clubbing!
Yes, sir.
Wait, what kind of club is this club?
I don't know.
Hey, what kind of club?
Yeah, I don't know if club is really the right word. It's not like a dance club.
It's not a strip club, is it?
The way you said that.
It's not a strip club. It is like, it's like, kind of like a venue where, like, there's a bunch of tables to sit down and there's a stage and, they get singers, dancers.
Like a lounge?
Lounge.
Yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
a lounge, yeah. I think that
Lounge.
I think that's a more accurate word to say, I think.
They have like the circle booths that like take up the entire corner of a building.
Yeah, kind of.
Cool. Where all the mobsters hang out and there's like a little like gate.
Yeah, almost like that. Yeah, so it's that kind of place. Yeah, so who's going? Everyone or some people staying behind?
Everyone should go.
Yeah, I think we're all going.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Okay. Right then. So, you guys can all go. It's a pretty nice place. There seems to be quite a few like well-dressed people here. At the same time, there's a few people that just kind of like, you know, are here to, to have fun and stuff. So they're not, basically don't feel underdressed. But it is like, it's a nice place. And there seems to be some fancy people here. You guys can go in, and the lounge is mostly dark with again those signature Fukushiri lights, just subtly illuminating parts of the building. You can see that there are kind of waiters going around offering people drinks at their tables, as there's currently somebody performing on stage. Probably just like this woman singing something. And
What's she singing?
not a song Gani would know, definitely.
Johnny starts tapping her foot.
Shut up.
Sorry.
And yeah. You guys can sit down, and I don't know if any of you would order drinks. It's the thing to do.
Yes.
Hell yeah, I do.
Yes.
Scrivener feels like he needs to punish himself a little bit,
Oh Christ.
Oh
so
dear.
he doesn't get a drink.
That's a healthy
Oh.
relationship to have with it. I
What?
promise I was joking.
He does.
Yeah.
He does feel a little guilty. Not in like a religious way, but he feels a little like maybe I should stay sober. He just gets like a drink that isn't alcoholic.
Oh boy.
It's milk.
No.
A young boy needs his milk.
He hit on a guy
Fine.
on work hours then, so he doesn't drink on work hours now.
Yeah, that's what it. That's the mind. That's what he's doing.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll let it slide once.
Kirby has a mimosa.
A mimosa at like 8 p.m.
Yep.
She doesn't know the social norms.
Yeah.
She just knows she likes mimosas. You know what?
Yeah.
Sure. What's the? Yeah, sure.
Delos gets something that is not strong, mostly just for show.
Okay.
More scotch.
Alright, Gani's getting fucked up. And this is why Delos needs to not get drunk.
Alright, is anyone trying to get drunk here? Do we have to do any con saves?
Not trying to get drunk.
Alright. Alright.
It's just if it happens, it happens.
Well, if
Uh-oh.
Oh, Chelsea.
Oh, Chelsea.
Chelsea. The last thing she said was, I think I feel a song coming on. Chelsea.
Think she's gone to the world.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
Her mom
R.I.P.
probably
peace.
called her.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, typing. BRB.
Okay.
Confirmed.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Should we pause then?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Pausing. And we're back. Hello.
Hi.
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 Okay. So if the vibe is we're not trying to get drunk, but you know, whatever happens, happens, that means we're gonna do some con saves.
All right.
So
Well, Delos is specifically not trying to get drunk.
okay. Not
His-
Delos.
yeah.
Definitely not Scrivener. Is Gani's vibe not trying to get drunk, but what happens, happens?
Actually, yeah, no, she's not gonna get drunk. She'll be just sipping.
Okay. Is Gerby also not trying to get drunk?
Gerby just has the one drink.
Just okay. Cool. Alright. You guys can all get your drinks. And
Oh wait, one last question.
yes.
Is Synthis having a good time?
Whatever
Is
he is in
he?
this world. No, I don't think
He's
he's here.
up next.
No, he's not. Yeah. I have been imagining that for everything that happens, that Synthis and Tony don't say anything. They're just like off doing something else. So
Gotcha.
unless you guys want them to be here, I'm fine.
No, I was
omitting
just
them.
I was just curious.
I like
Okay.
when the crew is the crew.
Yeah, I imagined that they're doing something else. They're investigating a different way.
Yeah, I'm sure Synthis is having a lot of fun learning how blackjack works. To answer your question. Okay. Yeah, you guys all sit down, and then after the woman on stage finishes her song and everybody claps and a few people cheer, and the host comes out and says, I hope you all enjoyed that lovely performance, and now I am very pleased to introduce our regular, Ato. And then a few people clap.
Regular.
A few people clap as the host walks off stage, and an Asimar man comes out, one that Scrivener recognizes and matches your descriptions. He comes out in a very glamorous outfit, with kind of like a half skirt on, where it just kind of like it's drapes on the floor behind him, but you can see that he's wearing some shorts underneath it. And the the outfit is also backless, allowing his wings to come through, which are very demurely draped across his shoulders as he comes out. And he starts to sing. And he has a very lovely voice, as he is, of course, a professional singer. And he does so very seductively. He kind of like just kind of glides across the stage as he sings, eventually stepping off of the stage with and sitting on the edge of it, making eye contact with some people sitting at tables close to it, and walking around. He does catch Scrivener's eyes, and he smiles and sings while maintaining eye contact for a few moments.
Scrivener waves.
He doesn't wave back, but he does wink as he continues, and eventually standing up from his spot on the edge of the stage and coming down into the audience, walking by tables, and he does this move where he extends one of his wings and lets the feathers just like drape across somebody's face. And that's basically how his performance goes. He very expertly ends the song, and the audience claps and cheers pretty passionately for it. As he waves, now making eye contact with you, Scrivener, and leaves.
Can Scrivener get up and follow him?
Yeah, he can.
I want to question him.
All right.
So I guess I also do that.
All right.
Me too.
Okay.
Everyone
Just the
goes.
entire table.
Single
Big
file
fucking
line.
crowd. Oh my god.
All right. I'm gonna say, for the sake of ease, that this is all somehow very casual and inconspicuous.
I imagine after after a song, some people like get up to leave or like get up to like go to the bathroom or something.
That's
So
true.
people just getting up is expected.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys can the host comes out to introduce the next performer, and you guys can stand up from your table and go over to this like door that has somebody standing in front of it. And he's like, I think he's a bugbear. So who's in front? Is it Scrivener or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. And the bugbear says, you here to see someone?"
Yeah. The Asimar that was just on stage.
All right, 1 second. He opens the door and walks in, having to duck his head a little bit. And you can hear some talking behind the door, and in a few moments, he he opens it, and he says, "All right," and you guys can walk in.
Nice.
Scrivener scurries in.
I do not scurry and I walk in.
He does call after you though, and he says, "Keep it brief, all right."
Scrivener just goes,
Yes, sir.
All right. You guys can walk in a little bit, and eventually, you guys can find Ato, and he says, "Hello, Scrivener. It's nice to meet you again. I'm glad you were able to make it."
Of course. I brought my friends and coworkers.
I was told. He extends a hand out to the next closest person, probably Delos, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
He'll shake his hand, and go, "Nice to meet you. My name is Delos. Very very nice voice. I used to sing myself. And so I guess singer to singer compliment. That probably means nothing to you.
No, I was just going to say that means a lot. Thank you.
So I take it you two have met already. I guess this might sound odd, but I don't know how much he told you. We're researchers, and so I guess need to ask a few questions.
Of course. Ask away.
Right. So we were told that you perhaps suffer from some memory loss.
Yes. It's quite inconvenient.
If you could, and I know maybe a bit contradictory, but if you could tell us, I guess, everything about that, it would be very helpful.
Well, I'm afraid there's not much to tell. I don't think that it was anything out of the ordinary. Aside from the memory loss, that is, and if anything out of ordinary did happen, I believe it's quite obvious that I wouldn't remember.
Alright. Do you know where you were before and after? Sort of, where the gap begins and where it ends?
Well, when I try to think about it, the last thing I remember is walking around the casino. And the last thing, I suppose, waking up at home. At first, I was a little worried that something had happened, but I felt fine, and the people that I remember being with, they had the same memory loss problem, so I don't think it was specific to me, but I don't know what could have caused it.
The guys who work at the casino also had memory loss.
Yes, they're the friends I was talking about.
So it seems it's less of the individual and more of the place. So, casino is what I'm writing in my notes right now. Delos does not have notes as he says that.
Johnny is writing.
Oh, Chelsea has to go.
Oh, okay.
Break?
Yep, break. And we're back. Andy, you wanted to ask when the memory loss was experienced.
Yes. He asked that.
Yeah. He says the last thing he remembers is around 11 a.m. On around 11 a.m. and the day is pretty much like the day before you guys left for Castro.
Interesting. There's a significance there.
Yeah.
I keep on rotating Argent not like telling us to go to Castrum instead of this place in my mind. And I don't know how significant that is, but it bothers me for some reason.
Yeah. Okay. Delos would that ask like alright, as and in general with the town, with the island, has there been like anything weird or even slightly out of the ordinary that has happened? Even something as simple as like one person's house burnt down that you know of, something.
I'm really sorry, but I don't think so.
All right. And this and you've truly told us everything that you know?
Yes, I've really tried to answer your questions as best as I can, but unfortunately, I'm not sure what else there is to tell.
Okay, not that I don't trust this guy, but I'm gonna moonstone him just to make sure.
Alright. Roll insight.
Alright. Sorry, I just recently changed my wisdom stat. I need to look. Alright, that's a 15.
Okay. With a 15, you can tell that he's very, relaxed right now. Not consistent with what you would expect from somebody who would be lying.
Okay. But seasoned liar Delos knows that sometimes it's just like breathing air. So is there a vibe of truthfulness?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly how this would be communicated over, like, the information that the Moonstone tells you, but he is being pretty genuine and does want to, help you guys out.
Okay, alright, I believe him.
All right.
I think Scrivener would say,
So any other questions for him, or are we about done here?
Actually, was this the only time you've experienced this? Or has it, or as far as you're aware, has it happened more than once?
You know,
I see.
I think that it may have happened a few times before as well. But I recall even less. I'm not sure how much detail I'd be able to go into.
Any sort of timeline that you could piece together would be helpful. Really, any information at all.
It must have been at least a year ago, probably more. But I'm sorry, I really don't know.
And do you remember about where you were then as well?
Then I think I remember being at the shrine that day.
Interesting.
Is there anyone else who is also at the shrine with you that can corroborate?
I suppose the shrine maidens and priests there would probably know.
Did we not already ask them, Miss Goni?
We did. And they did not give us much.
They just led us to this gentleman here.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure they're very busy. I wouldn't have even thought to mention it if you hadn't asked myself.
Alright. Goodness. I can't think of anything else.
I think I am through for now.
Yes, that's probably all, unless we think of something else, which probably won't happen.
Well, you can either find me at the casino, at the shrine, or here. And, of course, I know where to find Scrivener, so... If I recall anything, I'll be sure to let you know somehow.
What? You know where to find Scrivener?
Sure.
Yeah, I mentioned that we were staying at the casino.
I thought you said you were being careful. You told him exactly where you are going to be staying.
Well, I certainly try my best to be careful, but he asked, so...
I'm sorry, I didn't know that it was such a sensitive subject.
It's,
Well, it's not quite. It's not sensitive. It's we were under the impression that, I don't know, Scrivener, that you were withholding information. So it just, I guess it's not a big deal. But it just, the priority seemed odd, I suppose.
Yes. Well, so sorry to bother you. The show was great. So I guess maybe we'll see you later.
I hope so. And thank you again for coming. It really was good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Thank you for your cooperation.
Of course.
Scrivener leaves.
Delos looks at Eto through the moonstone. What's he
Uh,
fucking feeling?
Roll an insight.
Oh my god. 21.
He feels kind of bad.
He feels bad?
Yeah, he feels like he got him in trouble.
Scrivener's hightailing it out of there, low key.
I guess that would come across to Della specifically as feeling like he said something wrong. Not like he's nervous or that he lied or anything, just that...
Maybe embarrassed.
Yeah, picked the wrong option in the dating sim.
Okay. Cool. Alright, if Scrivener's hightailing it out of there, I guess Delos will follow behind him. Delos is gonna look at Scrivener through the moonstone.
Can Scrivener see if he does that before he does it?
I'm gonna jump out of the way.
Oh my god.
I guess roll a perception?
I have to get my dice really quickly. Give me a sec.
Y'all aren't gonna like this. Guess who rolled a nat 20?
Are you kidding?
Well,
my
if
God.
I
What?
roll
And that's 20 to what?
Through the moonstone.
for insight.
Oh, God.
For insight. Did you
So
forget?
this is... Give me a sec. I know that he... Come on, baby. That'd be a dirty 20 for perception.
Okay, yeah, you can notice that Delos is following you and he's got his moonstone in his hand.
I think Scrivener would literally, like, heel turn and then, like, put his hand over the hole of the moonstone.
I rolled a nat 20 plus 2, which is a 22.
I said before he does that, can I perceive?
Yeah, no. Andy, I did not tell you to roll an insight. You just did that. You didn't let Scrivener
that's
finish
what
his
happens.
thing. You didn't let it. You didn't. Haley literally said, "Do I see him do that?" And then I was like, "Yeah, roll perception." And then you rolled an insight. You didn't let Haley finish her thing.
Okay, hold on. Don't yell at me.
No, it's okay.
The order of events is: does Scrivener see Delos use his moonstone? And then by that happening, he doesn't use the moonstone anymore?
What I was asking for was, can he notice that he's about to use that to potentially prevent it from happening? Was what I was specifically asking.
But
if you want to use your roll, I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
The way I see it is that Scrivener puts his hand over the moonstone, but you can still see his aura because his hand is right there.
Yeah, I will say you can't be like, oh, I saw him grab for it. It was already out. He was looking at Eto with it actively, and then the next thing he does is look at Scrivener. So you can't be like, I saw him fish it out of his shirt. No, it was already up there.
My thing is, I don't want Haley's roll to mean nothing.
But my roll can mean nothing.
But no, Andy, you weren't asked to roll, though.
You weren't asked to roll.
I'm cool with it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, roll. I want, okay, how I want to do this is I want Delos to roll a second insight check because he's getting disadvantage.
Okay. 13.
Okay. 13 is what?
Should Scrivener roll a deception then?
Yeah, if Scrivener's yes, Scrivener, go ahead and roll deception.
Okay, I think that's how this works. Okay. 5 minus 3.
Yeah, all right. Valiant effort. I did everything I can. That is a successful insight check against Scrivener, though not a nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
what do you?
What happens on Scrivener's end is that Scrivener sees him use this and he puts his hand over the hole of it, and I think he'd literally say, like, hey, it's rude to use that on me.
What is Delos
Get from that
like
insight check.
get from the insight? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
I guess I could say.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. I think Scrivener is probably just feeling very like shameful. So you kind of get those vibes from the way that his aura is moving right now. Although it is partially obscured by, this weird arrangement that he's put the moonstone in.
Okay, if Scrivener's hand is literally on the moonstone, Delos will just, like, place the moonstone into Scrivener's hand. He doesn't care. He can have it. He's just gonna be like, Scrivener, I need to be able to trust who I'm working with on this, because it's very sensitive information, and you're acting suspicious, and you're lying. And, I don't like it. If you're lying about something important, I need to know. And if it's not important, then I guess it's not important. But I should be able to trust that it actually is not important.
Am I allowed to say that Gani followed and is also here?
Yeah, if they're fine with it.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanna set the scene so Scrivener knows who's about to hear what he's gonna say.
Thank you. I was thinking. Oh God. I think Scrivener says, I didn't do anything bad.
Nothing important, nothing that impacts the mission. I'm just embarrassed. And I'd rather not, have my dear friend Delos look at my embarrassment.
Alright. Then I'm sorry. I just wanted to play it safe, I guess. I guess I hope you're okay.
I've been doing great all day, so no need to worry about that. I just, I'm being safe too. I know that I'm not as good as an investigator as you guys. I don't know what questions to ask, but well, I would like if you could trust me.
Okay, well, I guess then I'm choosing to trust you right now. Even if you were acting suspicious. I'm going to believe in the same way that I say that my suspicious activity has no negative effects on what we're doing. I guess I'll believe the same for you.
I think we all could be a little less presumptive of what is effective on this investigation we're doing.
And what are you implying by that, Connie?
I said all of us. That can include myself, perhaps. I'm not trying to point fingers, I'm just saying that this excuse of not believing something is important to the investigation should maybe not be accepted anymore. Maybe we should all lay our cards on the table.
Okay, I fuck that guy.
Okay.
If Kirby is here, she's like, I mean, you did go over to interrogate him. It's just it got really flirty. I guess you kept that up after I left.
Cards on the table. I'm sorry. Are we done here?
I don't care about the particulars. Just please be honest about the investigation.
Delos takes his moonstone back and says, I apologize. I wasn't going to make you say that. For the record.
I know, but if we're all gonna be... I'd rather not be suspicious, thank you.
Well, suspicions have been cleared. We can move on.
Scrivener leaves the building.
Delos glares at Gani.
What?
We were going to drop it.
I didn't mean... I was not intending to push that out of him.
You basically said, fess up.
I just don't want us to lie to each other. And that's what he did earlier. If he doesn't do the investigating that he claims he did, that's fine. I would just like to know the truth. Doesn't have to be the whole truth. It was not my intention.
I believe we're upset about the opposite things right now.
Really.
I think he didn't have to say that. What does hurt my feelings is that he did not investigate as he was meant to. What he chooses to do with his free time is up to him, and I don't think that we should have pushed that out of him. And that's all I have to say. He gives you a smile and walks out.
I also walk out.
What the fuck? What's just fucking happened? You guys are scary. Damn.
This team can make problems out of anything.
Yeah, I fucking.
That's our special talent.
That's our cutie mark.
The special
Don't mess with
talent.
us. We'll cause problems for no reason.
Don't
I
mess
like
with
it.
us. We have needless infighting.
Scrivener just goes to his room and has the fancy room service bring him a midnight mimosa.
Midnight mimosa.
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 Delos would knock on Scrivener's door. Whether he chooses to answer is up to him.
He will answer. I think he answers. He has kind of a deadpan face. He's wearing like an expensive ass robe and a mimosa in hand. He says, hello?
May I come in briefly?
Of course.
Alright, he steps in. He says, Scrivener, I'm so sorry. I did not think, I know what you told me before. I did not think that, I told Gani she shouldn't have pushed you. And I'm so sorry.
No, Gani didn't upset me. You calling me suspicious after I did everything for you for a while? And then after that, I thought that we were finally starting to be friends, and I risk my life for you guys. I'm not a smart person, and I'm not a charismatic person. So, yeah, when it comes to the investigations, I'm not going to be the best guy. And I feel like you know that. Because I do all that I can. And you called me suspicious. Like I was doing something wrong. Like I would hurt you. That's what hurt.
We are friends, Scrivener. Which is why I can be honest and real with what I'm feeling, and we don't have to dance around it. We don't have to dance around each other. If I think you're acting suspicious, I care enough about the relationship between you and I to tell you that you're acting suspicious. And I know that you've done a lot for us, and you go out of your way to protect us, and it's... I'm not implying anything here, but it's not impossible for someone to hurt someone they care about, even if it's on accident. Even if they don't even know that they're doing it. I was willing to drop it. I just wanted to let you know that it was odd. And this whole thing is, of course, very personal to me, and so I take it maybe more seriously than I take other things. I should be a little less, generous with this, though. And he, points at his moonstone.
I don't mean to disrespect you, you know that.
Well, I mean, it's not... You don't have any personal stake in all this. So, it does hurt my feelings a little bit, but I can't magically make you have a personal stake in something that is, you know, really affecting myself and Miss Gonnie, and not... I guess not you. At least not on the same scale. I know you have had your memory wiped.
Well, I'm only even still here because of you guys.
Is that so?
Yeah, I mean, I've left halfway through an adventure plenty of times before. I know it's strange, and you had a whole life before this, but you guys are the most important things to me. And that's my stake.
Was he nice to you?
I was comfortable, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, good. Good. That is what I was asking. Alright, now you're not allowed to tell anyone this.
Okay.
But you're all quite important to me as well.
Aww. Really?
I mean, I traded out 2 of my most useful spells so that I could heal you all. And I'm trying to work up the courage to sing in front of you all to give you some bardic inspiration, but I don't know. I definitely wouldn't be as good as a professional singer. So maybe I was at one point in time, but I don't know.
Dude, you gotta let me hear sometime.
Not right now. I mean, especially not after hearing a professional performance. I definitely don't have any sort of moves to go with it either. That was not really my thing. But I'll think about it.
What, you don't want to try out a move or two?
He scrunches his nose.
Do that thing where he was doing?
And he kind of like fucking jokingly, sexily like lifts up the robe just a little bit on his leg.
Like that?
Scrivener, I hardly ever even wear pants.
Well, maybe you
There's
can try it.
you already see it all. There's nothing there. That's not the point. No. Not interested. No, thank you.
Well, whatever keeps you comfortable.
I will say, Ito did seem to like you.
He kind of like he happily takes a sip from his drink, and he says,
I know.
And he felt quite bad that he sort of got you found out.
It's not his fault. I'll talk to him later.
Did you ask any investigative questions at all to him?
I did. I really tried. And here's the thing. I've never been the biggest fan of Asimar in general, so I found him very suspicious. I asked some preliminary questions, like, have there been any, like, natural disasters or fires or anything like that? And he said no. I asked if he was from here, if he hung around the casino a lot. What else did he ask? He asked more things. Now, point is, I did try to investigate, but he was very persuasive. And I'm an easy man.
And I bet you're a big fan of Asimar's now.
Something like that.
Ha. I do appreciate your efforts. I suppose we all weren't able to get much out of him either. So I'm glad that you at least got something out of it.
Sorry, I've never talked about anything like this. I'm getting a bit flustered.
Well, I was going to say if you want someone to talk to, but
For details?
I don't know if I quite want to know the details.
Good, I wouldn't be. I don't think. Well. I don't think I could tell anyone. in the
Probably.
party.
Probably Gerby.
Certainly Gerby, but Synthis? Gani.
Synthis is a surprisingly good listener.
I think it would blow his dusty brain if
He's not dusty.
I mean it affectionately. He's very dry. We've talked about that.
I'm trying to fix that.
Well, keep trying, because it's not working.
He rolls his eyes at you. I guess, okay, either we change subject or I'll get out of your hair. I just wanted to let you know that, I didn't, that was personal information that I didn't mean to put on blast.
And I just want you to know that I care.
So do I.
Mimosa?
What?
You want some?
Midnight mimosa. I guess it technically is morning.
Well, no, I was going for the beach in the suit thing again. I thought it might be a juxtaposition.
A bit of a dichotomy. Sure.
One could say.
One could say. Alright, whatever. And he'll grab a mimosa.
I think he only has one, so I think he'd literally, like, hold it out to, like, his mouth.
He's not gonna let him feed him, so he's gonna pick it up. Let me roll something. Okay, probably just downs the rest of it. Sorry, Scrivener.
You get it? Come on!
You can get more.
I will get more, it's just the process.
Well, get started on the process.
Bleh.
Unless Scrivener has something else to say, I think they just get crunk.
Yeah, he'd get more.
Alright, cool.
Wow. I nod my head approvingly.
Oh, thank you, DM.
All right. Does anybody else do anything notable that night?
Yes.
What do you
I already had this plan, so I'm not gonna back out. Gani is gonna knock on Scrivener's door.
do? Damn.
Oh, how much later? How crunk are they?
Scrivener doesn't really want to be drunk right now.
How crunk is Delos?
Let me roll for that poor man. Pretty crunk.
Ooh, alright.
Scrivener will open the door, mostly sober.
You see a Delos swaying in the background.
I imagine Delos is, like, face down somewhere.
He's not face down. He's not. I didn't roll a 1.
True.
He's dead. He died of alcohol poisoning.
Hi, Miss Connie. Delos died.
Oh.
No,
Oh,
he's
no.
he just looks he's holding a mimosa glass and it's clearly not his first one.
She says, hello, I don't mean to bother. Am I interrupting?
No. Me and Delos are just hanging out. Do you need me?
I just wanted to talk briefly. Maybe if you'd like to step outside or...
I'll step outside. He'd yell like a back in a second and close the door behind him.
I was about to say, you hear it, where are you going?
Alright, she says, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to make it clear that I was not trying to push that information out of you earlier. I simply would like to know what happens relating to the investigation. So if you get sidetracked, that's okay. I just would like to know. And no, you don't have to tell the details of what you do.
Oh. I think Scrivener has a very genuine smile, and I think he kind of like crouch sits on the floor so they're more level. And he says,
You didn't upset me, ma'am. If anything, I felt embarrassed, of how distractible I am. I just didn't want you to think I wasn't doing my best. And me and Delos already talked. So.
And I ask about what?
Yeah. I said I don't like being called suspicious because I think I put a lot on the line. And I'm not great at investigating, but I'm good at fighting. And I fight the best I can. And I didn't like feeling that was discredited. And Delos said it's important to him that this is taken seriously because you, Miss Ghani, and him have so much personal stake in it. And I guess it hurt his feelings that I have less stake in it. And I can fool around more. But I do have stake in it. You guys. And then he drank a lot.
Well, it sounds like he's not as upset as he was earlier.
Certainly not. We're actually having a pretty good time, I would say.
Yes, I understand that we all have different areas of expertise, and so do not feel ashamed by not being an expert in every field. But I cannot speak for Delos, of course, but if you ever get distracted again, please just be honest with me.
Okay. I'm sorry.
And of course, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. So, anyway, have a good time with Delos. I will leave you to it.
Mimosa,
Mimosa.
do you want one?
I heard Jordan laughing so fucking loud. Oh my god. um, I suppose it couldn't hurt.
Well, you can have, I have plenty in my room. Or you can take some and have a quiet night in your own room, in your own bed. But if you would like to hang out, maybe I'll see if Gerby's awake. But really, open invitation.
I am not quite sure if Delos is in the mood to hang out with me or not. But if Gerby's there, maybe it'll be more of a group activity. And a little more acceptable.
All right. I'll get Gerby and we'll all have a good time, okay?
She smiles a little bit. Right.
And if it ever starts not being a good time, then you can leave anytime you want. No questions asked.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
Garvey gets a knock on her door.
And Kirby opens the door.
Mimosa.
Mimosa.
You ready? You want some?
Yeah, sure, let's go.
Come on.
Kirby's so fucking chill.
It's just you ready?
You ready?
Like they were planning this already.
Yeah, just immediate mimosa. Fucking love that. So efficient. I love it.
Yay!
Mimosa.
In her head there, she was like, "What the fuck are you saying?"
It's just like sounds.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yay, ultra party sleepover.
Yay! Yay!
I don't think they sleep over, but yay, ultra party, hang out and drink.
Yay!
Man.
We're the best of friends.
I was gonna have something happen, but now they're having ultra party hang out.
Well, I mean, they all
want something
go
to
to
happen?
their respective rooms when
I
it's
want
bedtime.
something to happen.
I want something to happen, please.
I go to wherever I have to be. I go to the loading zone.
All right.
I'm still crunk, but something can happen.
Okay. Since Stelis is crunk, I'm gonna have him roll disadvantage.
Should
Uh-oh.
any of us roll like drink checks?
Is it important that we're like in our own rooms? Because I feel like if Delos is still
No.
crunk, he would just pass out in Scrivener's room probably. Unless Scrivener kicks him out.
No, Scrivener would literally tuck Delos in.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so cute. But he is rolling with disadvantage.
Yeah, the whole reason why like ultra party hangout was a problem was just because I didn't want to interrupt anything. You guys can be here. It's fine. But
No, we don't care about being interrupted. Ruin their day.
Yeah, do it.
okay. I guess okay. If Delos would just straight up pass out, he doesn't have to roll for this.
He just automatically fails.
He would just autofill, yeah.
Sure, yeah, fuck him up.
Sure.
There's a ring of fire that we all have to jump over, and he's sleeping and can't jump over it.
Yeah. Anybody who wasn't explicitly trying to watch how much they drink would roll a con save. So if that's you, go ahead and roll a con save.
Are we all still
right.
in Scrivener's room at this point, or did y'all go back to your places?
I think eventually Gotti will go back. But if I mean like if whatever event is happening can happen at that time, then we can also all be there.
It can happen whenever.
I think this is while we're still drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Except Delos, who's passed out.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
3.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I
She's not
specifically
a-
said Scrivener doesn't want to be drunk tonight, so
That's
Yeah.
yes, he's hosting Mimosa.
Mimosa.
He's pumping up that.
Strong Amonito.
Yeah. He's hosting Mimosa night. Yeah, he's not drinking a lot of mimosa. He just wants to like sip and be methodical in his own way.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Chelsea, I see you typing.
10.
10? Okay. Gerby's a little buzzed. I don't think she's... I need to get out of general. Yeah, Gerby's a little buzzed. I don't think she's fucked up. Gotti fucked up. What the hell?
Gotti got a little fucked up.
Gotti went a little off the rails somehow.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's compounding with the fucking scotch she drank earlier. Okay. Then, yeah, Gani unfortunately rolls a disadvantage. Scrivener and Gerby roll straight. This is perception.
Alright. 10.
And that's after modifiers?
Yep.
Okay.
That's
Whoa.
3 plus 7.
I rolled the same number on both my dice.
Wow. So what did everyone get?
14.
14, 10.
8.
8. Okay. Gani.
Who's probably the most fucked up here.
Who was drunker than us.
Yeah, Gani who's drunker than everybody else.
I imagine like her like. Wait, sorry. I had to think for a second. I was gonna say her ear twitches, but those pointy things on her head are horns, not ears.
Her horn twitches and everyone's
her
like,
horn
"Ah!"
twitches and ew.
She's molting or shedding.
Shedding, I guess.
I imagine like what she notices whatever this is, and then like immediately like fucking locks in and sobers up.
Yeah. What happens is that maybe Gani was close to the window. Gani notices out of the corner of her eye, she can see Tony on the beach talking to somebody in the water.
Girl, what is your problem? Why is she sus as fuck? What's she doing?
You can't tell from this distance.
Can I make out any features of who she's talking to?
With a 14 on perception, no.
Okay. She kind of like just like is staring out the window, or she starts staring out the window and kind of like waves at probably Scrivener, and it's just like, Tony is out there.
Is she pointing at the beach?
She's just staring out the window.
Oh.
Like in the world? Should we invite her?
And after Gerby says that, then she points out the window. Out there.
Ooh, okay.
What do you... Can Scrivener, like, if she points, can you, like, zero in and see?
I will let him re-roll perception.
Okay, he does have a +7. He just rolled like shit last time. Oh, no. Oh, Jordan, can you give me advantage again?
No. No.
Okay, well then,
Aw.
he rolled another, 10.
Yeah, I said a 14 couldn't make it, a 10 can't make it either. He
But
can't make out
can
anything.
he
can see.
can he see Tony?
Yeah, he can see Tony.
Okay,
he can see...
that's what matters
Oh,
to me.
okay. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
have
I
made
was
you
like,
roll for
damn.
that.
He's like playing like one of those books where you have to find the...
Where's Waldo?
Yeah, the Where's Waldo. I guess he kind of scanned for a bit, and then almost like jump, being like, "What the fuck? Why is my friend Tony in this Where's Waldo game?" And he would say, should we go check on her?
It could probably be nothing, but it's not illegal to be curious what she's doing up so late.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go out there. Let's see what she's doing. If she's doing nothing, we're inviting her to drink with us for mimosa night.
Should we
That
wake
is
Delos?
a good plan.
Gani will nudge Delos with her foot.
Imagine mermaid adventure without Delos. He's just asleep the whole time.
Drunk on mimosas.
Drunk on mimosa. He's gonna have a hangover. Mimosa.
The good thing is that he has lesser restoration.
Scrivener's my gay little alien.
What?
If he doesn't wake up when she nudges, when they find out his pronouns,
yeah, what? You heat him Gani a lot. For why?
No reason.
Oh my god.
Anyway, if he doesn't wake up, she starts kicking him harder and harder.
Okay, fuck. You start
the
kicking him
first thing
harder.
Delos hears when he wakes up is, "Don't bruise him."
He doesn't move. You start kicking him harder, and then suddenly his hand shoots out and grabs your leg.
Wake up.
He goes, what?
We're doing some investigating now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, Gani spotted Tony's outside, and she's talking to some mysterious person in the water. It could be something, might be nothing. If it's nothing, we're just gonna invite her up to keep drinking with us.
Delos slowly looks at you.
Like
Could be the whale.
It could be the way.
Don't you want to see, Delos?
You said you wanted to be involved. Let's get involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like 10 seconds, Delos looks like it's his first day on Earth. And then
Delos, you fucked up big time.
yeah, and then he's like, okay, okay. Hand me my shoes.
You're what?
I mean, no, I don't wear. Yes. He starts walking towards the door.
Oh God.
Johnny will follow.
Wow. Alright. They're just doing this drunk.
And
Yeah,
we're
I'm
wobbling
gonna play
out.
Delos Crunk until someone reminds him that he has lesser restoration.
Yeah, I was
Which
thinking like
isn't me saying remind him. It's me saying if your character would think about it.
yeah, I was literally thinking like he could lesser restore us. Gani's not in the mindset to think about that.
He doesn't remember that. He has that right now.
That's so funny. Alright. You guys can head down. Are you just approaching her?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. Yeah, okay. You guys approach her, and, as you do, I don't want to make you guys roll again.
Wait, can I leave us on a cliffhanger for a second? I really have to pee.
Oh my god.
Sure.
Me too! You and me,
Yeah.
Val!
Yay!
Yeah!
Let's go!
Let's go pee
Yay!
together!
Let's go pee together. Hold my hand.
Okay.
Oh God.
Okay, bye,
Scared
guys.
but willing.
Bye.
And we're back. Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi.
I wanted to check
Hi.
this and I forgot. Do Scrivener and Gani still have the same? No, that's insight. What's passive perception?
They have the same insight and perception, I think,
Do they really?
and +7.
Okay.
Unless, Gani might have expertise on either of those.
No.
No.
Yeah, then they have the same.
Wait. Oh, right.
I'm gonna give this to Scrivener because Gani is drunk.
That's
Scrivener, roll a perception check.
All right. He's rolling a little bad today. 18.
Okay, yeah. With an 18, as you guys approach Tony and get closer, you, Scrivener, can see that the person in the water is, and it is dark. So unfortunately, there's some information he's not getting, but he can see that it seems to be a young woman with long, straight hair, and they kind of catch each other's eye, and in that exact moment, she dives back under the water. And Tony like whips her head around to look at you guys.
Hey.
Hello.
That your friend?
I Tony, who was the fuck was that? Is that your friend? Why did she leave?
She kind of like just looks back out onto the water, and she turns around and she says, I don't know.
What?
What do you mean what do you mean you don't know? What are you talking about?
I'm not. I just met them.
And what did you talk about on your first meeting?
You don't remember?
I remember. You don't
Yeah,
have to
is
be
it
worried about that.
okay? So it's not like you just forgot, but is it like a secret or?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my lord, today with the holding the information.
No, I'm not.
Just tell us!
Okay.
There's been something up ever since on the boat. You need to tell us.
I am. I'm going to tell you right now. Her name is Tama. She's a mermaid.
Was that so
Okay.
embarrassing to say?
Yeah, we could see that she was a mermaid.
Are you into her?
What?
Oh my goodness.
Is this? Oh, it's the same thing as with Scrivener's last secret. Okay.
What?
Oh, you okay, you do need to say.
What? No, I'm not. That has nothing to do with anything. It's. You guys are fine. You're cool. You're safe. Right? It's fine. It's fine. And she just kind of like looks back at the water, and you guys can see like the that long hair flowing on the waves as the woman like peeks out from behind a rock.
Yes, we're cool.
Um, she comes out from behind the rock and swims closer, still like keeping most of her head in the water. She eventually comes close enough and lifts her head, and she says, "Hello."
Hi.
Hi.
And
The-
you are.
Scrivener.
My name is Delos. Nice to meet you. And he kind of stumbles as he puts his hand out to like shake her hand.
I'm Darby.
She she kind of like tries to swim up closer, but she doesn't stand up in the water because she does not have legs, and she just kind of like tries to reach for Delis's hand while
Oh,
still
Delos sits down to shake her hand.
Yeah.
He kind of just like falls to the floor on purpose, but
Not to be Mr. Racist here, but Scrivener's kind of scared that this mermaid is going to overpower Delos and like scoop him into the water. So
usually Delos would have a better survival instinct, but he's crunk on mimosas.
Yeah, I think he would put like his hand on Delos's shoulder and whisper like, "Careful."
Hello, Scrivener. And he just keeps trying to shake her hand.
Yeah, she kind of like shyly reaches forward and shakes his hand.
He goes, I'm drunk right now, so I'm usually not so, yeah.
I see. And Tony, these are your friends? Yes, they're my friends. You don't have to worry about it.
Anything you can tell Tony, you can tell us.
Okay. That's fine. She puts her lower half of her face back in the water. And Tony turns around and she says, Tama noticed me back on the boat.
And it was love at first sight.
No. No?
You know.
No. N-O.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you say.
Apparently, she could have some information that could be relevant to us.
Oh, holy shit.
And you are keeping this from us?
I found out tonight. Literally tonight. Literally just now.
Connie eyes her suspiciously.
What was happening earlier was that what I was hearing was Thomas singing. Apparently, she can decide who can hear it. And it's... I don't know. That's what that was. And it was kind of trying to get my attention, I guess.
Why you specifically?
That's the interesting part. Apparently, I look kind of like the god that her people worship. A dragon turtle.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, I was trying not to say it. That's really cool.
What is that? Just the concept of a dragon turtle?
Yeah, the thing that you just said, Tony.
Yeah,
You look
not
like a
just,
god.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That doesn't mean anything to me.
It made you look like their god. It's cool. It's cool.
She like rolls her eyes. And she says, so, we just, I followed her singing here, and she talked, and we just were clearing that confusion up when you guys came here. So, hi, you're here now.
Wow. A lot of singers tonight. I sing too, Toma.
She like looks up at you, Delos, from where she still is in the water.
He's still on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Or just in the sand, yeah.
If he's sitting on the sand, then she's still looking up. If he's like also lying down.
Oh no, he's like sitting, like
Yeah.
on his knees, like leaned forward. Like imagine you're trying to shake someone's hand sitting on your knees. That's his posture, but his hand's not out.
Yeah, okay. She looks up at you, Delos, and then like raises her head out of the water and she says, I think it might be a little different, but that's...
Well, yeah, everyone hears it if they're close enough to hear it. But it also has magical powers.
Yeah?
Yes.
What kind of magic?
Bardic inspiration. Though I probably sound like shit now.
And what is that? What's a bardic inspiration?
Do you guys not have classes?
You don't know what a bard is?
She just like puts her head back in the water and shakes her head.
It means if you hear me sing, you get you.
It's a D6.
Need to get better at something.
That sounds very useful.
It is, and I don't know why I don't use it. Dallas actually does like flop down into the sand at this point.
Can Scrivener? Is he like face down in the sand?
No, but he's like on his side.
Okay, I think Scrivener kind of gets to his level a bit and kind of like gently pinches his cheek, and he says,
Did you forget?
Did I forget what?
Lesser restoration.
Hmm?
The spell to make you not drunk anymore. Did you forget?
Do you have it?
You haven't.
Dallas stares out into the ocean for like 5 seconds longer than you think he would, and then
No,
he just
look back here.
and he
Hi.
kind of he awkwardly like puts his hand like I guess his hands together and casts Lesser Restoration.
Dallas is no longer crunk, and he's lying on the sand in the like on the damp sand specifically.
Yeah, he lays there for a bit, but his face no longer is like a pleasant drunk. He now looks a little annoyed.
Is that AoE or is that just
It's
like
touch.
That's touch.
And so he
Okay.
put his hands together, touch. Yeah.
Got it.
I think Scrivener says,
Hi, Delos.
Hello, Scrivener.
Do you think Gani could also benefit? If you can get up off the sand.
Yeah, I can get up just fine. He doesn't get up. for like 5 more seconds, and then he gets up and he'll give Gani a lesser restoration.
If Gani does not struggle against that, she is also no longer crunk.
Yeah.
He says, alright, that's all. I don't have any more 2nd level slots.
We're not in combat.
Oh my god.
It's alright, you can take a minute, man.
There's a mermaid right here.
Right,
Yes,
yeah.
I know. I remember.
Yeah, hey, so like what were you guys talking about? You Tama, what'd you need Tony for?
I thought that she might know something about the dragons that have been
Oh, yes, since your god that you worship is sort of dragon-esque, right? We actually are, part of our investigation has to do with dragon gods. So while it may not be directly one-to-one related, Tony, I guess that is what you were trying to say.
Yes. And Tama just like looks at you, Dallas, and she says, "You were drunk before."
Yes, I told you.
I wasn't expecting such a radical change.
I had maybe 5 too many mimosas.
And a mimosa is... We don't have to explain everything.
Oh my goodness, sit right there. Scrivener, let's get her a mimosa.
No, let's focus, please.
I think
Scrivener narrows his eyes at Delos and says,
I think we should stay on task for now.
He winks at you.
Please enlighten us as to what it is that you know about these dragons.
Well, really not anything. Like Tony said, my people worship a dragon turtle and have since long before I was born. But, semi-recently, within the past few years, these other dragons have apparently allied themselves with him, and, well, we provide them accommodations when they require it and such, but my people don't know anything about them. I don't know anything about them. My mother is the only one that truly knows what's going on, but she won't tell me anything. I thought maybe Tony would be related to it somehow. But she's not, apparently, so. She puts her head back in the water.
Well, hold on. I mean, even if she's not directly related, we might be able to offer some insight or help.
It could be mutually beneficial to help each other.
Tony did say that you were learning quite a bit about dragons, and that you might be able to help me.
This is true.
She kind of thinks for a minute, and then she kind of like repositions herself so that she's sitting on the sand, and you guys can see her tail in full view. Also, what you notice is that her skin is a very distinct shade of lavender.
Ooh.
And that her hair is very, very long. Now that she's sitting up, you can see it goes.
How long?
I'm gonna say it reaches her lower back.
Oh my god! Same hair length! Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh my god! That's Delos' brain, but he's being cool on the outside.
Okay, sorry. Delos' hair length. Is that his hair length when it's curly or when it's straight?
I think I would draw it longer when it was straight.
Yeah, okay. So that's his hair length when it's curly, which means it's secretly longer.
Yeah.
Alright. Sorry, that was for me. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So she repositions herself to just sit on the sand. And she says, "Well, okay. I'm not supposed to talk to people on the surface, but if Tony says it's fine, then I guess it's fine." It is fine. You really don't have to worry about anything. She nods. Again, I really don't know anything. Well, I can tell you that the name of my god is Eitzinge. So, if that means anything to you. She kind of like hides behind her hair and she says, "I thought so."
Yeah, cannot say I've heard of it.
Well, The dragon that my people usually talk to. Her name is Utu.
Of what?
It's spelled, that.
How do you spell? Okay.
Yeah, she specifically said, like, Utu with a different T sound. But you guys can say with the normal T sound, because that's whatever.
I'm gonna say it like how an Australian would say it.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Delos.
No one can say shit, because that's just his accent.
That's just his accent.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, so she says, that the dragon that usually talks to her people is, named Utu, and she, usually comes to us in the form of a red dragonborn.
Oh. Okay, now we're sort of on the same page.
Do you know her?
Not personally.
No,
We have
but
been hearing about her.
yeah, we've kind of been looking for her.
I know that she comes to the surface in that form occasionally as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Right, and the Tabaxi guy said that she seemed like the sailing type, but that okay, it's because she's going underwater.
And do you know, does she usually say something specific or do something specific?
I'm I'm sorry, I'm not sure. If she said anything, it would be to my mother.
Oh, well,
Okay.
hey, that's all right. Um, would it be possible to talk to your mother?
She's not supposed to know that I talk to anybody.
Oh, I see.
Um,
Do you think?
I know that in the past, my people have aligned themselves with others on the surface after they've proven themselves to be allies. Maybe you could do that somehow?
Sure. I'd be glad to be your allies. Do you have any idea how we'd go about doing that?
No. Maybe, um... She hides behind her hair.
Oh no. Oh goodness, this girl is really reminding Delos of somebody. Oh. You go. Hey, it's okay. You don't need to hide. It's I mean, we're trying to figure this out together.
She nods. I'm not,
Well,
yeah.
is there like a certain, I guess, easy to fix problem that we could handle, or do you need something, or I don't know. Is there something we could provide for you that's it's difficult to get underwater that you can get on the surface?
I was thinking, my people are very interested in magic, but most of the magic that exists is only accessible through the surface. We've been piecing together things and putting them together on scrolls, but maybe if you provided a gift of knowledge or of something else of value. My only worry is that you might come off as suspicious. But of course, I would give you my favor, and hopefully that would mean something.
I mean, yeah, we could maybe get some level 1 wizardry books. The only issue is I don't know how well they would hold up under the water.
I'm afraid that to make a big impression, you might need something a little bit more impressive than simple level 1 spells.
A level 2 wizardry books.
I'm not
I'm
entirely
joking.
sure. Okay.
I'm messing with you.
Ha. Sorry.
Don't be. Dallas kind of looks at the rest of y'all like, any ideas?
Scrivener looks at Tony.
Do you want to sing one of your magical songs for them?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
He looks at you like you've grown another head.
Could be a good opportunity to try to get better.
I don't know if I want my first practice to be in front of you lot.
That could work.
Oh dear.
Gaudi like widens her eyes and like gestures like, see?
Hey guys, remember today, like a few hours ago, when I was like, Delos is Rapunzel? Actually, you guys said he was like Elsa. New Disney princess in the mix.
Oh my god.
Let's get a counter for every kind of Disney princess Delos can embody.
Oh my god. Imagine part of your world in like a thick Australian accent.
Oh, gross.
I'm imagining like a TikTok, and it's like Disney princesses as Delos scenes, and it's just clips from the SAS TV show airing in 2035.
Scrivener would say, he would say, I mean, if it'll work, you can just sing in Sylvan, so if you messed up, none of us would be able to tell.
Yes, if I'm terribly off key, at least it'll be in another language.
I mean, they don't sing in common either.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, so what, are you gonna bring them all up and we'll have a concert on the beach, or?
If you don't have access to it, I could steal away a water-breathing scroll.
Do we get tickets to this concert as well?
Please.
Yes, you all should be able to benefit from it, and I can show you where we are.
Excellent.
She has a shit-eating grin on her face.
Delos looks like the Delos emoji, where he's really sweaty.
She looks at Delos and she says, "My people have been studying magic for years, but this bardic inspiration, it's nothing we've heard of. Maybe it'll be enough."
Alright. I'll do it.
She gives a small smile.
And
Yes.
you'll all be inspired. Well, not all of you. Hold on, I'm thinking. Oh dear, it's been a while. How many people does it work on? Not a
One.
lot.
Maybe maybe you should just target like whoever the most important person there is. Like
Probably her
Tom,
mom.
yeah,
Oh, sorry.
like Tom's mom.
If you all want to take a short rest immediately after, you'll gain extra hit points. But I digress. Yes, I could do that.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Sounds like a free concert.
Cool. So I'll come back tomorrow night with the scroll, and we can do it then. Does that work?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will prepare.
Good.
Looking forward to it.
She smiles a little bigger. She looks at Tony and then nods and then swims away.
Wait, have her swim back.
What?
She swims back.
I had something else I wanted to ask.
Okay.
Gani says,
Before you go, just one more thing. These dragons you are accommodating, I assume you don't know much about them.
She shakes her head.
Not even color, perchance.
Well, they usually take the form of dragonborns, the same color that they are outside of that form. So, it's reasonable to assume that Utu is red.
I see. Well, that is all. Thank you for your cooperation.
She nods again. Does anybody else want to ask the mermaid a question before she can leave? Okay.
"Oh, bye, Chelsea."
Bye, Chelsea.
Oh my god. Mermaid leaves.
Bye, mermaid.
Delos turns around to look at you all. Deep regret into his heart and face. He goes, Scrivener,
Yes.
for mimosas, I request, please.
As you wish.
He will fucking give him 4 mimosas when he can.
Great.
He pulls them out of his pocket like Animal Crossing.
Ooh.
He trudges back.
Can't wait for the concert.
Oh, Delos shoots you a nasty look.
Scrivener goes, me too.
He points at you, he says, you all better be fucking grateful.
Tony gets
He
like
smiles.
Tony gets like an awful look on her face, and then she just like quietly says, "I need to waterproof Stila."
Needs what?
She needs to waterproof Stila.
And then I imagine the fucking Porky Pig, like Looney Tunes, just zeroes in on Tony saying that.
Oh my
and
god. That's how, yeah. That's how it would end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do we want to wait on Chelsea before we wrap the episode up?
I mean, that was
Ruby,
it,
do you
yeah.
have any final thoughts?
Do I have final thoughts, or?
No, I'm asking Gerby.
Well, I think if you ask me,
it's all good.
I'm gonna turn into a big tuna.
I'm gonna swim into the sea.
I can't wait to be a mackerel.
Thanks, Gerby.
Oh, hell yeah, the sea, baby. I've been there before.
I actually went to that town. I didn't know that it was important.
All right, and that's where the Porky Pig things are in. All right, we can end there.
All right.
Alright. Well, I hope you guys had fun. Thank you for tuning in, Sassers, Sassy Crew, my sassafrasses.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, sassy crew.
Thank you, Sassy Crew.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.